Greetings, my friends. Welcome to your yoga practice. I have a really yummy wind down session for you today. So this will be like a nice slow yin practice. It'll be great to do sort of at the end of a long day, or even on those days where you don't really have a lot of energy, but you still want to like stretch and get into your body a little bit. Okay? So for this practice, we're going to use a yoga strap or something as a substitute. So you could use a long scarf or a belt, just something that is long and pretty durable. Okay? And then if you have a long strap like mine, or you're using a really long scarf, you might want to just fold it in half. We're going to start with one of my favorite things to do, which is shoulder flossing. So it really begins to unwind and unravel any stress that we might be hanging onto in our upper body and in our shoulders, which can be a lot, right? That's one of those target spots where we tend to hold. So if you have a metal end like on your belt or your strap, just grab it with one of your hands and then bring your other hand a little bit wider. And then I'm going to turn this way so that you can have a different perspective of this exercise. So your hands are a little bit wider than shoulders width, and you're going to inhale to bring your strap all the way up overhead. And then on the exhale, you're just going to bring it back behind you and towards your sit bones. And then inhale, you'll bring it back up. And then exhale, you'll bring it forward and down. So use your own discernment with the spacing of the hands. You might find that you need more space between the hands if your shoulders are really tight. See if as you flow through this with yourself, you can soften the face a little bit. I know it's tough. And just breathe nice and deep. You might play with now adjusting your hands. I'm going to play with bringing mine closer in. So just beginning to challenge yourself a little bit more as you begin to gradually open up through the shoulders. See if you can release that jaw. Couple more rounds. Good. Now you're going to bring your strap overhead and just begin to make some circles here. You might play with shortening the distance. And then reverse the direction of the circles. See if you can keep your arms, both of them, as long as possible. Good. Now bring your arms overhead. And then bring your hands a true shoulders width distance. And then you're going to bend your right elbow behind your back and just allow that left arm with the strap to just sort of hang out there over to the left. Press your head back into your right arm. So we're feeling a nice stretch here, probably through the right tricep. I know I am. And you're giving your left hand a little bit of weight, even a little bit of tug on the strap there. See if you can focus on breathing in through your throat, yogis, as if you're a fish and you have gills, for a little ujjayi oceanic breath. Inhale to center, and then switch it. Exhale, bend the left elbow behind your back. Lean the head back into the arm, and just breathe with it. Softening the muscles of the face, breathing into the throat. Your next breath out, gently bring the arms overhead, and then you can release the strap on off to the side. And let's meet in a wide knee child's pose. So bring your knees as wide as you can, point your toes, bring the big toes to touch, sit back towards your heels, and then extend your arms in front of you as you soften the forehead down. Just breathe here. Settling any nerves by cultivating this deep, even rhythm with your breath. Three more rounds. And then breathe in through the nose and pour it out the mouth. Slowly walk the hands back as you lift your chest, keeping your head heavy. Slowly round up through the spine. Come to sit on your shins. Keep your knees pretty wide here. Big toes still touching. I'm going to take a Sufi grind just like this. So bring your palms face down on your thighs or on your knees. And then we're going to inhale and begin circling to the right. So moving clockwise, breathing in as you come forward and breathing out as you round back. Close your eyes. And just begin to move around yourself at your own pace, allowing the breath to be the first priority. Pause wherever you're at, reverse the direction, moving to the left, still breathing in as you come forward, stretching the heart and the belly forward, shoulders back, and then then exhale as you release the shoulders forward and the belly in. Breathing deep, like you're stirring up some good energy here from deep within yourself. Come to center, inhale, neutral spine, reach up through the crown. And exhale the air out the mouth. Slowly bring your hands forward, coming to tabletop, and then tuck your toes. Slowly stretch your hips up and back for downward facing dog. Let your head go once you get there. Just take a moment here to spread your palms wide and really land in your center, in your power. Just breathe deep here, 5 cycles of breath. Breathe into your throat. And then inhale, lift your heels high. Look forward a little bit and then slowly walk your feet forward to meet your hands. Coming into a squat here, so tense your fingers. See if you can turn your toes out a tad. If that's not possible, you can just keep your toes forward. And then just lower your hips down in between your legs there into a nice frog squat. You might take a moment here just to sort of rock gently side to side. Close your eyes. Find your breath. And then see if you can play with digging your elbows into your inner thighs and catching a prayer here right at the center of your chest. If that's not possible, just bring your arms on top of your knees. Wherever you're at, see if you can find a little bit more length up through the crown of the head, a softening of the shoulders down. Close your eyes and breathe. We'll be here again, 5 cycles of breath. Really rooting and grounding and releasing. Maybe on that last cycle of breath, exhale something out the mouth. Good, and then release the palms back behind you and just have a seat here. on your bum, feet in front of you, and then slowly lower down onto your back. Once you get there, hug your knees into your chest. Roll out your ankles one way, the other way. You can even roll out your wrists here a little bit. Lubricating the joints. Good. And now I want you to bring your knees into touch, your big toes to touch. Bring your palms onto the top of your thighs. And then lift your legs to 90 first. So just establish this pose, a little supported shoulder stand. And then from here, we're going to keep the knees glued together. But I want you just to bend your left knee and drop the heel in towards the sit bone. And then switch it as the left leg comes up, the right knee bends, dropping the heel to the sit bone. And then just keep alternating. And as that heel comes down, really just letting it sort of drop down like a hammer. You might even kick your sit bones a little bit. It's kind of cute. Keep going, keep breathing. Find whatever rhythm of breath works for you. Good, and now lift both of your legs to 90, straight legs. And then I want you to begin to just bend your knees, shake out here through your legs, and then you can begin to shake out through your arms. Your legs and your arms can begin to separate a little bit. If you want, just free movement here. Intuitive movement. Close your eyes. You might even get a little bit more vigorous with the shaking. So we're literally releasing stress, trauma, anxiety from the body here, commanding it out. Nice, powerful breath. If you need to breathe out through the mouth, do that. We'll be here 20 more seconds. You might kick the butt with the heels again, just getting out any sort of obsessive energy, right? Any attachment, clinging. Awesome, yogis. Hug the knees into the chest. Whew. Wow. Waheguru. Feel that one. And then for our last posture, we're going to extend our legs out long. We're going to move into one of my favorite Yin postures, which is banana pose. So we're going to begin to make a little arch with our body in each direction. So I want you to first just lift your head and your shoulder blades, lean them over to the right. So you're side bending here through the left side of your rib cage, and then move your legs over to the right as well. And then cross your right ankle over your left. And then the arms can either cactus. You might interlace the hands behind the back of the head. I've been feeling this variation lately, like you're just chilling. And then close your eyes and breathe into the entire left side of your body. See if you can breathe into your throat, Ujjayi, and really settle in. Four more cycles of breath. On your last round, you can pour it out the mouth. Gently, first bring your upper half into center, and then uncross the ankles, bring your legs into center. Pause for a moment here in a Savasana. And then we're going to move it to the other side. So you're going to bring your head and your chest on over to the left. Bring your legs and your heels to the left. Maybe cross that left ankle over the right. And then keep your arms cactus or interlace the hands behind the back of the head. Anchoring the elbows wide and down, and just breathe into the right side. I'm really practicing the art of letting go here. Receiving the energy of the pose. Four more rounds. On your last round, you can exhale out the mouth. Gently bring first the upper half and then uncross the ankles. Bring the lower half into center. Release your arms wide, your legs wide, palms face up. And we'll land in Shavasana. We'll just be here for about a minute. So see if you can really commit to releasing, receiving, and recharging your human battery right here. Gently begin to drop your awareness back into your body, deepening your breath. A little wiggle of your fingers and your toes. A little stretch of your arms by your ears, reaching in opposition, full body stretch. You can roll the wrists and the ankles out a little bit. And then on your next breath out, plug the belly down into the spine, both knees into the chest. And then begin to rub the soles of the feet and the hands together. We have nerve endings that correspond to our whole bodies in our hands and our feet. Right? So when we rub them together, we're really stimulating, activating, awakening our whole system, resetting ourselves. And then slow down the rubbing. Keep the soles of the feet touching though. Bring the hands to the tops of the feet or the ankles or the shins. And then you can begin to rock and roll forward and back. If you have less energy, just roll over to one side and come to a seat. But if you feel like you want to play here for a couple moments, and then eventually we'll make our way up to a seat. Go ahead and find your comfy seat. Just take a moment, either palms face down on your knees for grounding or face up to receive. Just noticing, observing any shifts and changes in your body. Just taking a moment here to notice any shifts in your body, in your mind, in your mood. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Pour it out the mouth. That is it, yogis. I hope you all enjoyed this very luxurious yin session and you're feeling a little bit more like yourself. Sat Nam.